Friday's footy news here on AFL.com.au. Hello everyone, I'm Matt Thompson here at Etihad Stadium for tonight's clash between the Western Bulldogs and Collingwood. More on that in a moment, but let's begin at Melbourne. Jack Watts is the story. He's been dropped to the VFL, and as you can see, our cameras caught him training with the Melbourne Seconds at Gosh's paddock today. He'll be lining up for Casey on the weekend. Of course, Mark Neeld has other priorities at the moment, but he's sent Jack back with a bit of a message, some things to work on. Let's have a listen to what the Melbourne coach had to say about the plight of the former #1 draft pick.
He's 21 years of age, highly talented player. He's played 42 consecutive games in the AFL. It's a good effort. He's not the best of form at the moment. He's got a couple of things that we want him to work on, so I'll go back to Casey and work on those. And that's the reality. He's going all right. Jack Watts, I don't say, now listen Jack, former #1 draft pick, let's have this conversation. That's you guys that do that. You're the ones that write that, not Jack. And when we're in selection, we don't put up beside all the name tags. We don't say, right, well, this bloke's drafted at 1 and this bloke's drafted at 4 and we need to put him in. There's just, Jack Watts is 196 centimetres, he's 21 years of age, he can play multiple roles. We want him to play this way, he's got a bit of improvement to do. Well, no, all you asked me to do was concede that he was drafted at #1 in 2008. And I know everyone knows that because you keep putting it on your Twitter. But anyway, so that's okay.
While there'll be a lot of attention on Casey's VFL clash, Mark Neeld will be at Simmons Stadium in Geelong, the scene of Dean Bailey's demise last year.
186 points.
Neeld has banned talk of the massive loss ahead of tomorrow's return to the Cattery.
What have we got, Ryan? There's 9 players playing for Melbourne, didn't play in that game. There's a new coaching group. There's a whole heap of Geelong players that are playing that didn't. Something happened in the past. So I don't think there's any need to mention, to be honest. And again, that's for you blokes and Twitter and girls and Twitter and all sorts of stuff. You do that for us. We don't have to worry about that.
Essendon and the Lions face off tomorrow, the Bombers having enjoyed a 10-day break after losing by a point on Anzac Day.
Oh, this is a huge game for us in terms of where we want to go. And, you talk about rivals. Well, Brisbane were the last one we played in the grand final and they beat us pretty convincingly in that game. And they've really played pretty well against us in the last 3 or 4 years. So this will not be a letdown, and our boys in front of our home crowd at Etihad Stadium are keen for a big performance.
For Michael Voss, appearing on AFL.com.au from the team hotel at lunchtime, there's a lot to worry about.
Certainly Watson and Stanton, and they've been 2 primary guys that have had a fair say in how they're going. But then you got guys down the back like Dempsey's back this week. Heppel's been very, very good in his reading of the ball, and of course Fletcher, the old stage, who's been there a million times. So there's a few things to watch out for. But it's important in probably our stage of our development that we get a lot of things that we want to do right, and we've got to put a fair emphasis on our style of play and what we want to see and the structures and setups that we need to be able to execute.
With 2 wins and 3 losses on the board, Hawthorn coach Alistair Clarkson was in a reflective mood today ahead of the clash with St Kilda.
The Geelong game, if it goes for an extra 5 seconds, Michael Osborne's goal gets paid and we win. If West Coast game, the 29-minute mark of the last quarter, Cyril has a shot on goal that just grazes the post. If that goes through, we win. And we're not talking about any of this,
But he insists he moved on quickly from the loss to Sydney.
You haven't got time to dwell. We've got an important opponent to prepare ourselves for this week in St Kilda, and we're doing our utmost to get the 4 points. But it's going to be a hard game. It's not the end of our season if we don't win either.
While at Seaford, Scott Waters has taken a hard line on Justin Koschitzke. Suspended for round 5, the big man's been named as an emergency.
I guess the message that it sends is if you get suspended through reckless and undisciplined behaviour, and it was. One, it costs our team, and ultimately you give the opportunity for someone else to play, and if they play their role, strong chance they'll stay in the side. So you need to be disciplined with your actions. So it's a tough call because he was good in the last game.
Brilliant on the field against the Demons, Stephen Milne has been in the spotlight off the field this week, but Waters gave no insight into how he's coping with the unwanted attention.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about individuals. I think that was covered off yesterday.
Right now, though, it is all about the footy tonight. The Doggies and the Magpies here at Etihad. Of course, Hargrave and Gian Syracuse back into the Bulldogs team, and some big inclusions for the Magpies with Reid and also Shaw back. Right across the weekend here on AFL.com.au, we'll have all the action covered. Text, video, everything you need is here, and it's free. So make sure you click back soon. Have a great weekend.